You know him as the captain of the Edmonton Oilers, and he joins us here on OverDrive. How's it going, Connor?
Not too bad. How you guys doing?
We're doing pretty well. I mean, we're gearing up for hockey. It feels like the season is rapidly approaching. I mean, does it feel different for you once you get to late August? Like the weather starts to turn, and can you feel hockey on the horizon here, or what?
Yeah, you can absolutely feel it. Especially around in and around our gym. It's a little bit more of a laid-back atmosphere early on, and as we get closer, the skates become a little bit more intense, and guys start ramping it up. So you can definitely feel it.
Do you sense like you're the barometer during those skates? You're the guy that everyone's kind of trying to chase and try to catch?
I don't know. I mean, that's a question for the other guys, but I just try to go out there and make sure that I feel ready, I feel good, and basically I'm ready to go for the season.
The knee is obviously a topic of discussion. I know you've kind of been trying to avoid the actual details, but was the recovery always expected to take this long, like deep into the summer, or were you hoping to be maybe further ahead than you are today?
It was always expected to be long. It was going to be a long process from day one. I think I knew that right away, and and it's been long. There hasn't been any setbacks, or there hasn't been any complications, or nothing like that. This has kind of always been the plan of action, and everything's kind of followed that.
So, Connor, you have been skating, but you've just made a decision not to skate this week in this group as it gets ramped up. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've been skating a ton. So much to the point that I've actually been dealing with a little bit of lace bite. So
nice.
I've been skating a ton, and I feel ready to go. The decision not to skate this week with those guys is just the contact aspect of it. We still have some time here before camp, and I want to give it every little bit a chance to heal, and we're working towards getting ready for camp.
Bryan asked you about you being the barometer. The first time you walked into the BioSteel camp, was there someone that you looked at kind of out of the corner of your eye and said, okay, I'm going to try and edge my way into that group. I want to kind of see how I rank up against that guy. Was there a guy like that for you in the BioSteel camp?
My first camp my first BioSteel camp, it was Gary's program and Maddie's program, so two separate gyms, and both gyms kind of put their A team together, I guess you would say, and then their B team, and we played a scrimmage, and I was on the B team. I would have been 15 years old at the time, so there was plenty of guys to choose from. For me, I always looked up to a guy like Steven Stamkos, who still trains at Gary's. Tyler Seguin, who's still there now. For me, when I go out there to the BioSteel camp, he's always kind of the guy that I look to, to follow him or try to outcompete him or something like that. So, there's definitely lots of talent there, and those two guys are no shortage of it.
So let me take that right into your own locker room in Edmonton right now, and just as you walked into that locker room 5 years ago, now you're walking in and you're the guy that everybody's looking out of the corner of your eye. So who are the names when you walked into the Edmonton locker room for the first time?
That was when we had Taylor Hall and Jordan Eberle and Nuge, who's still a part of our team, but 4 or 5 years ago, he was a big he was big then. He's still a big name now. So those guys are young. They're not too much older than I am, but they were the guys that set the pace and set the standard.
With Connor McDavid, there's been a lot of turnover in Edmonton this offseason. You got a new GM. You're going to have a new coach. Does that affect you at all? I mean, the way that you prepare for a new season, you're walking into a camp with, again, a new coach, new GM. Will it be a different approach for you, or just kind of standard procedure as a player? As a player, you want to go in ready to go each and every season, so that part of it doesn't change. I guess the part that does change is there's some new faces to get to know. There's some new language that's going to be spoken with Tip, and everyone's on a fresh start. Everyone's on a clean sheet, and we're looking to make everyone's looking to make their first impression on both the coaches and the management, and make sure it's a good one, and making sure that all the guys are coming together as a team, and we can put our best foot forward come day one. Would you expect to have any say in whether or not Draisaitl will be on your wing, or is that all up to the coach and whichever way the lineup plays out is the way it plays out.
I think that's kind of how it always is. It's the coach's decision, and he knows that we like to play together. We've had success together. We've had success apart. But obviously we like to play with each other. We have chemistry. We put up good numbers and do some good stuff. So it doesn't matter either way. But obviously we like to play with each other.
We're chatting with Connor McDavid, who's a big part of the BioSteel camp. It takes place August 26th through the 29th down at the U of T Varsity Center, 299 Bloor Street West. We were talking about other sports and the passion that certain players have, great players have, to be all-time greats. In hockey, I'm not sure that conversation comes up a lot. Like in basketball, it's prevalent all the time. Everyone's chasing Jordan. Everyone. Then you got to chase LeBron. And then you got to chase the third guy, the fourth guy, the fifth guy. I think Mike Trout is kind of establishing that in baseball, this pursuit of him to be the greatest of all time. When you start, forecasting your career, I'm sure you got a passion to win. You want to win cups. But do you have a passion to be considered like an all-time great?
Absolutely. I absolutely do. But to do that, you got to win. And I've been lucky enough early on in my career to have scoring titles and Hart Trophy and that type of stuff, those individual awards that are great and all that. But to be recognized as one of the best of all time, you have to win. And that's what I want to do, and that's what I'm focused on.
Connor, is there a guy in another sport that you look at and say, okay, in 10 years, that's my guy? And you follow the other sports pretty closely. Is there a guy in another sport? And have you had a chance to meet someone like that?
That's tough. I mean, there's so many different names that come to mind. I mean, you look at Tom Brady and what he's done with all his championships.
I was sort of hoping that's where you'd start, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom Brady with 6 rings is unbelievable. We got like LeBron, who's been to, what was it, like 6 or 5?
He went to 8 in a row. 8 finals in a row.
There you go, 8 in a row. I mean, anywhere he goes, his team wins, and that's not a coincidence. So, those are obviously some big shoes to fill, but that's what you want, is to win and to win championships.
Well, we wish you nothing but success and continued success with the recovery process as you get closer to camp, and the whole hockey world will be tracking you. You know that. Good luck this season, and thank you for doing this.
Thanks, appreciate it.